The blacks go to Harlem. When you're in New York, you'll shed tears. Today, there is no education for all, no health for all. Blacks in the streets. And nobody seems to talk about it. But they instead still want to talk about us. They are everywhere in Africa. If not physically, but through NGOs, through spies, through pretenders who come to us and say they are here in Africa to assist us. Even in groups, armed groups on some of our territories. What help is coming from them?
Okay, fellow Africans, have you heard from our beloved founding father and freedom fighter, Robert Gabriel Mugabe? You know, the struggle of black and the lassity of white supremacists is still there since then. So Mugabe has already addressed this. Kwame Nkrumah, Nyerere. Now we have listened Paul Kagame, President John Paul Magufuli, and many other African leaders are speaking about this lassity and the lassism that is going on the black community. But all in all, fellow Africans, we have listened this for too long. We have heard this speech for too long, and some of us, we didn't even heard this speech because maybe we are busy with some sort of our life, our circumstances are allowing us. But all in all, fellow Africans, the time to take action is now. Not to take action in terms of fighting, no. To take action to decide to build our African continent. If we build the African continent, there's no room for these NGOs to come and help us and told us they are here to help us. I didn't see any African NGOs in Europe, in America, maybe helping Americans or helping Europeans or Chinese. But we have a lot of NGOs here, and these NGOs, fellow Africans, they are doing spying. They are finding the opportunities to make sure that they are rooting Africans. There's no angels who is coming to help you. How can these people help you where you have minerals, you have oil, you have water in throughout of the here in rivers, in lakes, in oceans, rainfall? How can you help? How can these people help you? You know, we have to change our mindset. This printed paper, which we call money, is nothing. We have everything. We are so rich. Let us translate these what we have, natural resources, instead of these papers. You know, our mind has been conquered to think that these printed papers, even you can print your paper. This printed paper, what we call money. You know, let me tell you a story. You know, these people are very intelligent and they know everything. They know they don't have anything. They don't have money. They don't have natural resources. What they have knowledge, only knowledge, and this knowledge also has been stealed from Africa. They have knowledge of printing this paper, so we exchange papers with our natural resources. Africa, we have minerals. Africa, we have food, but we exchange these resources with papers. How comes? So the time is now, fellow Africans, diasporas, let us come back home and decide to build and make Africa great, make Africa work. This is possible, fellow Africans. And it can be possible because even this, what we see in Europe, is built by Africans people, those who are taken into slave. Even America is so big now, or America is lazy because of slavery that has been taken from Africa. Tell me which sector you didn't find the black people. Even in America, the main celebrities are Africans or are black people. Look at Michael Jordan, look at Kobe Bryant, look at LeBron James. Huh? What was your mind? Even the president we have, Barack Obama, is a black people. Already he was the president of United States. He's a black people. So, fellow Africans, we have to change our mindset and to think how we can build our continent. We have everything. Let us come back and industrialize in Africa. And that's why I remember what the president of Tanzania, when he came to power, he said, we must industrialize ourselves. We must introduce industrialization in Africa or in African countries. It is possible. If you have industry here in Africa, there's no need to go to Europe and maybe seek aid, seek grants, find loan to solve our problem. Why don't they come here in Africa and seek loan in Africa? Can you see or heard that United States of America is coming in Africa to seek aid? When? So, fellow Africans, we have to change our mind. We have to wake up. Young people, we need to use our knowledge, to utilize our knowledge, to change our environment, to use these opportunities that are found in our country, to support our president. We have good leader in Africa. Many people are talking about good leader. We have good leader since then. If we are talking about Kwame Nkrumah, if we are talking about Julius Nyerere, Thomas Sankara, nowadays we are talking about Magufuli, nowadays we are talking about Paul Kagame, about Nana Akufo-Addo. All these are good leaders, but the problem that we have here in Africa, we didn't support our good leader. We are betraying. These what we call NGOs are coming here in Africa to make us Africa and dislike our leaders, sabotage African leaders. African leaders are human like us. If we come together and tell and share our idea and knowledge, the leaders will be in the right track, and they will save us as a leader. But the problem that we have, these puppets that has been introduced in Africa or in our communities, make these leaders angry, and sometimes they decide to do what was happening. I'm not sure that Africans, we cannot feed ourselves. How is it possible? You know, sometimes you can wonder how this world is going on. The countries such as China, that is, they don't have even large lake like Victoria, like Tanganyika, like Kyoga, like Nyasa. They can feed Africans into the fish. They can feed African fish. The small countries such as Romania, they can feed us eggs. While Africa, we have hens. How is this possible? How this can be? So, fellow Africans, the time is coming, especially for those who are in the leadership, and those who have acquired this what we call education, to implement those educations or those knowledge to the society, to make sure that Africa, we are liberated from this economic slave into economic emancipation. We need Africans to come together, to share ideas, to share knowledges, to build Africa, to stop fighting. You know, sometimes we fight within ourselves. Let us stop this fighting. Let us stop hate each other. I have seen coronavirus is trying to divide us. How we Africans, we didn't respect each other. We close the borders. Yeah, we don't think that we are equal. We don't think that Africa is one. Let me tell you, Africa, we are one. And this, Africa will never be respected, since we as Africa, we didn't respect each other. We continue to hate each other. Never. We never find anyone respecting you, fellow Africans, because you are not respecting your fellow Africans. The time has come, fellow Africans, to come together and say enough is enough. Let us build our continent. Let us build our countries. Let us build our communities. Let us participate fully in building our countries. Stop this blaming the leaders. Because our leader is coming from us. No leader is coming from the heaven. The leader is among of us. Today, maybe next 5 years, you are going to be a leader. So don't blame anyone. Please, let us do right things. So I have more to say, but it is pain for me that to see Africa, we are segregated Africa. We are in the far front Africa. We didn't recognize how strong we are, Africa. We didn't recognized by international. So fellow Africans, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and let me share this with the last speech of Robert Gabriel Mugabe. Listen, Mugabe said that, and they have
to harass us, even in our independent countries. Regime change, Mugabe should not be there, we want someone else. The Quato was telling me the other day that he had been told that, oh no, your party, Chama Mapinduzi, had been in power for too long. You must now allow another party also to take over. Is that democracy? And that was coming from Europe. Tell them to shut their mouths. Ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends, I am about to hand over. You come to my country, it's your country. I go to your country. And Brigadier Gaba used to go to the camp to the base where this group of Al-Qaeda was